Good afternoon again. We shall begin with the Lebanese national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, thank you all for joining us. It is a great pleasure to see you with us despite the distances and challenges. We gather here today to bring together all change makers and great ideas into one place, and to celebrate with you the 2021 Acceleration Program cohort of the Talal and Madiha Zein AUB Innovation Park at the heart of Beirut Digital District. 16 investment-ready startups will be pitching on stage to our very selective audience, and they will also be ready at their respective booths, live, on-site, and online to collaborate with you and have quality discussions. In this cohort, alongside mentorship and 12 weeks of intensive incubation program, 6 startups received a total of $15,000 microgrants. Another 6 startups received a funding of $65,000 of funding, and 1 will be sponsored for the UC Berkeley Skydeck program. We are truly eager to see what today will bring to this journey of growth. Let's get ready to inspire, enable, and connect. To begin our evening, please help me welcome AUB's President, Dr. Fadlo Khouri.
Thank you, Maha. Thank you, friends. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, our friends, our entrepreneurs, it's no secret that this period of history in Lebanon and around the world has been demanding, challenging, and yes, frustrating. But it's precisely times like these that remind me of what American political theorist Hannah Arendt wrote in her book, Men in Dark Times, that even in the darkest of times, we have the right to expect some illumination, and that such illumination might well come less from theories and concepts than from the uncertain, flickering, and often weak light that some men and women in their lives and their works will kindle under almost all circumstances and shed over the time span that was given to them. Now, of course, it was Hannah Arendt who came up with the theory of the banality of evil, and boy, would she have had a field day in Lebanon with our leadership. But I want to talk about a different kind of person, about the entrepreneurs of the kinds in our communities that are presenting what George H.W. Bush once called the 1,000 points of light, who are ever more necessary to help illuminate these dark days. These 1,000 points of light, these people who Arendt was speaking of, you want to adjust it up, okay? They comprise individuals who see problems, think outside the box, find solutions, and don't stop there. Rather, they move forward and they push through the multiple challenges presented, including the challenges we're facing today here, and evolve and grow their ideas into promising startups and eventually into businesses that serve to ignite the economy and create jobs, thereby providing society not just with service, but with hope. Hope that's particularly necessary for practical developments in the global South, which has more than its fair share of challenges these days. Entrepreneurs need to be the fruits of many things, among them excellent educations that schools and universities provide, training opportunities that the milieu, such as the BDD, can create, and their own innate talent and determination. These are the seeds for a better future. An inspiring example is one of our Talal and Madiha Zein AUB iPark startups from the 2020 cohort, Ashghali, an online marketplace that connects prospective clients with local professionals. Co-founders Mark Brahim and Joseph Hajjar built their venture in Lebanon during a period when crisis followed crisis, with the hopes of helping the increasing number of unemployed Lebanese people find work. Since its inception, Ashghali has managed to raise $500,000 in funds and is now based in Germany. Like many of these new enterprises are based outside of Lebanon, but it's on its way to what we hope will be significant global service and impact. So this brings me to another category of champions in our society, those who invest in our entrepreneurs, from venture capitalists to incubators, investors, mentors, and even philanthropists. These are the folks who see founders as not just talented dreamers, but as innovators who are critical for a better future for all. These are the risk takers and the trend shapers, the growth promoters. They're an essential pillar of our community that has the hope, the determination, and the ability to grow and to evolve. Warren Buffett, the great American business magnate, investor, and philanthropist who created the Wealth Pledge, once said, "Opportunities come infrequently. When it rains gold, put out the bucket, not the thimble." So I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, here, our friends who are dialing in and zooming in live, today it is raining gold in spite of all the circumstances. Not the gold of hard currency, but the far more valuable gold of creativity, of innovation, and of hope for a better future. Get ready to fill your buckets with ideas, with solutions to tomorrow's problems, with the promise of a better tomorrow. And be sure that the currency of gold and other things will come as long as the ideas keep flowing. Enjoy getting to know the members of our 2021 cohort, their remarkable ideas, their determination, and their promising work. We expect great things from each and every one of them. Thank you, and good luck to all of you.
Thank you, President Khouri. Dr. Yusuf Asfour, the Executive Director of the Talal and Madiha Zein AUB Innovation Park and the Chief Innovation and Transformation Officer at AUB, please join the stage.
Thank you, Maha. Thank you, Dr. Khouri, for the inspiring speech. I'll be a little more brief and to the point. Thank you all for joining us in person and remotely today to celebrate our entrepreneurs and their startups. We are very proud to share with you 16 investment-ready startups that are the result of unwavering commitment and determination of the many talented entrepreneurs who, through creativity and persistence, have successfully completed our intensive acceleration program. I'm going to take this off so I can see. The startups are part of the second cohort of entrepreneurs at the Talal and Madiha Zein AUB Innovation Park. And as Dr. Khouri said, and as all of you see, a great source of inspiration and hope for all of us, especially through these difficult times in Lebanon. The Talal and Madiha Zein AUB Innovation Park was launched almost 2 years ago, just 1 week before the October 17 revolution in Lebanon. These 2 years have been marred with unprecedented challenges, including the collapse of the Lebanese currency, the August 4th port explosion, a total paralysis of the government, and all of this during a global pandemic. Despite it all, during these 2 years, we were able to accelerate a total of 24 startups in various verticals, including medical, telecom, edtech, energy tech, environmental, fintech, food tech, and others. And we are proud to see our first cohort land investments and operate successfully in 7 countries during the 2020. This year, with the help of 45 mentors and under the direction of Madiha Zein and the guidance of Ilyas Bustani, our entrepreneur in residence, we were able to take on a cohort of 19 startups with more than 45 participants on an intensive acceleration journey that included more than 27 workshops, 115 one-on-one mentorship sessions. In addition to the acceleration program, we also managed to arrange more than 10 internship and employment opportunities for AUB students with startups through our Skills Match Hub. Our webinars, hackathons, and other events extended our reach across countries and into the region and connected us with like-minded entrepreneurs across the world. This final quarter of 2021 will bring new innovations to light through AUB's President Innovation Challenge, a tech transfer bootcamp, and a call for applications for an incubation program 2022 to rally, motivate, and support more innovation. Accomplishing all this requires a large network of mentors, advisors, partners, investors, and support services. And I would like to use this opportunity to convey our deepest appreciation and gratitude to the Zein family, Beirut Digital District, our investors community, our ecosystem partners, mentors, and our passionate and dedicated team. I would also like to seize this opportunity to invite all of you to connect with us and explore collaboration opportunities to help us build a thriving ecosystem and in support of innovation and job creation in Lebanon and the region. But let's stop talking and let us now see what our 16 investment-ready startups have to offer. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Asfour. None of this would have been possible without the support of the Talal and Madiha Zein funding and Beirut Digital District startup ecosystem. Please welcome Mr. Mohammed Rabah, representative of the Zein family and CEO of Beirut Digital District.
Thank you, President Houri. Thank you, Dr. Youssef. Thank you, Maha. Frankly, I wanted to share some thoughts with you, coming a bit from the pain that we're living on a daily basis and the hope that we're still living on a daily basis. We all know with the frustration and the difficulties ever increasing day by day in this country. And there is one thing that I wanted to share with all the entrepreneurs that are presenting their ideas today, that I believe is becoming more and more present, that is paining me by the day extremely to see how low ethics became a value in Lebanese people. It's not only politicians, unfortunately, anymore, but what we're seeing on a daily basis from unethical behavior, taking advantage of subsidized products to take advantage just for the sake of profits from people that are suffering, that are dying, that are humiliated, is nothing about entrepreneurship. I sincerely believe and wish for every entrepreneur presenting their idea today to put the value of every human being for which a solution is being proposed at the core of its mission, of its belief, and thinking, what if I am the customer? Would I do this? Yes or no? And this ethics is something that goes from education, from day one, till universities, till every day in journey. It's not about making more money. It's about what value and what earth and reputation you want to leave behind you. I hope every entrepreneur, when you're presenting your solutions, you think about this, and when you go and implement it, you grow it having this mission and vision in mind. That's one demand, hopefully, that you will keep with you. Second is, unfortunately, most of the entrepreneurs and many people are leaving the country due to the difficult situation. There is hope. Hope that you can see around you at BDD. Hope by creating these innovative solutions. But I would like to ask you, even if you decide to leave, know that there are great talent that you can hire out of Lebanon, that you can support Lebanon by becoming the outsourcing hub. I believe the entrepreneurs that were at the IPAR currently saw the vibe. Post-crisis, October 2019, COVID, working from home, financial crisis, stoppage of 331 from central bank, explosion. We went from a occupancy of 95%, and where we were planning to double in size, to almost 65%. Today, we are at 98% with a waiting list. Why? Thanks to my team creating a عالم برات هالعالم. Why? Because of my community who believed and supported, and we supported them to be hand in hand, in collaboration, and always finding a solution how to surpass without looking at profits, by just surviving, as President Khouri said, we will emerge stronger. So just remember that you have this country that is here where you can employ great talent to work out from Lebanon as a production hub to serve the world, because the world should be your market. Third, while you're outside, and if you're building for the outside, another request, come back and vote in Lebanon when the voting and parliament come, if you want to make a difference. It will not happen from outside. Book your travel, come back, vote here, vote for change. This is the only way where expatriates, not only by transferring money, they have to come back and vote in Lebanon to make a difference. That's the third. Finally, when you have a great, great company and big company, take a base at BDD. Thank you. Okay. So that's the main for entrepreneurs. Second is for my team. I said it, thank you for making it happen, for making BDD what it is. And finally, it's a great honor for the Zein family, for the soul of my father-in-law, who was a great entrepreneur, for my mother-in-law, to be associated with the great institution that AUB has been, and will always be. And for that, thank you, Ziad, that you were the connection from day one to make this happen. And I look forward to many great events, many great ideas that will make an impact. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rabah. Now let the journey begin. Startups will be presenting by order, by stage and industry. First, we will start with the idea stage startups, then with a brief break with a success story and fireside chat. It will be followed by the pitches of the build and accelerate stage. And then after the second break, we will see the go-to-market pitches. After the pitches, please feel free to join our startups at the booths here on site in the back. You can see them. The idea stage here is on the right, the build and accelerate stage on the left, and facing me, there's the go-to-market stage. You can also join them in one-on-one discussions through the breakout rooms in Zoom. Our hosts on Zoom will help you find your startup. Let us start now with the idea stage. We will start with Sila, and we want to thank their lead mentor, Mr. Giovanni Khouri. Sila, please join the stage.
Hi, everyone. Hey, don't use your phone when I'm presenting, is what a teacher would say. But what if using your phone wasn't that bad? The new generation loves digital interactivity, and online learning offered that. But they're gonna miss that aspect when they come back to class. That's why we combine something classic, such as PowerPoint, with the most needed activity in future classrooms, collaboration. Sila is a plugin that works in PowerPoint that connects the students' devices to the presentation, allowing them to collaborate on the teacher's slideshow under his preferences. We're now going to show a demo. If we can open the link, please. So you share the session's code with the rest of the class. They join, and then when they join, they can comment wherever they want on the presentation. They can send images, they can reply to each other in class, they can even vote on polls, all while being anonymous and much more. It serves a needed alternative for participation in class. As for our competition who are also integrated into PowerPoint, either they only work on Windows, which is not attractive as an enterprise solution, or they have bad user experience, meaning you have to go outside of PowerPoint to use them, and none of them offer collaboration. We're going to register in Quebec and will operate in the North American market that has 1 million Office 365 businesses. And because of the rapid growth of EdTech platforms, we're going to focus on schools, universities, conferences, and workshops. Also, we're offering a freemium with a subscription of $5 per month per teacher. And we're going to work on Google Slide integrations in the near future. So we launched the MVP mid-June, and we worked with a dozen teachers here in Lebanon. One teacher in Germany is now having a seminar to introduce Sila to other teachers. Also, we have been accepted into an eSoft Landing program in Marseille that partners with schools and universities to test. Our team has been prototyping in the EdTech industry since the beginning of COVID. We got a grant for social innovation and education, and we received mentorship from multiple programs. Our ask is to receive $100,000 to develop our final product and to develop a go-to-market strategy in 18 months. Join us in building interactive and smart classrooms. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sila. And now we'll see Learn-In, and thank you for their lead mentor, Mr. Paul Boulos.
Learn-In, paving the path of primary schooling in the 21st century. This is a cousin that is 9 years old, studying at elementary school in Lebanon. Ever since the pandemic and the online shift, he has struggled to concentrate and understand his lessons during online classes. Therefore, he completely lost interest in his education. The shift to online learning, which will become part of our life, has created so many problems. In fact, students suffer from concentration lapses, teachers struggle to maintain control over their class, and finally, parents are constantly worried about the education of their children. This is where we come in with Learn-In, our AI-based education platform. Learn-In is not a learning management system or an exam monitor, rather a complementary add-on to online classroom. Through understanding facial recognition, Learn-In transmits alerts to teachers, notifying them on certain matters, which allow them to take alternative course of action. Our solution is based on 3 R's. Remind, which is the alert system notifying students and teachers. Report, which is weekly personalized insight into the student offered to parents that will let them track the progress of their kids. And finally, Reward, which incentivizes education through gamifying it with a point-based system. Our story started last November, when we were ranked first in a MENA-based hackathon. And then we expanded the team and joined the AUB iPark Incubator program. And we were able to raise $5,000 in funding in April. Now we are planning to raise further funds in order to develop our platform and finally break into the education market. Researching has led us to believe a potential market size of $8 billion. And we hope to scale our revenues, starting off with 50 schools and reaching 1,000 throughout 5 years. Identifying key competitors, we believe that Learn-In is a solution that fits all these criteria. It is AI-powered, based in the MENA region, and it enables both progress tracking and also gamifying education. This is our team. We are 5 AUB students studying computer engineering, economics, and finance. We are asking for $65,000 to develop the beta test platform to test it in multiple schools, and also hire a dedicated AI team to develop the platform and enter the education market, starting off with Lebanon and Dubai. Thank you.
Thank you, Lernan. Next startup is Cloud. Their lead mentor is Rami Alameddin.
Greetings, honorable guests and fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Yara from Cloud. Thousands of individuals from across the world, just like us, want to change the world. But in fact, many are ignoring the elephant in the room, the period experience as we know it. We've normalized the mass production of sanitary pads despite the fact that it's been causing rash, allergies, and infection, and over 113,000 tons of non-recyclable waste. With 80% women favoring disposable pads over any other sanitary product, Cloud is a sanitary pad that is healthy, biodegradable, and sustainably produced using banana fibers. Now you may ask us, why bananas? The answers are out there. There exists extensive areas of banana plantations in the MENA region that produce huge amount of waste, and Cloud sees opportunity. This waste is actually proven to be healthy, absorbent, and hypoallergenic, so we use this as the base material of our production. Simply put, Cloud is the first in the MENA region to do this. Now, Yara, make it make sense. So it works as follows. First, we collect the banana tree trunks from agriculture farmers. We extract the fibers, we use them in our absorbent core, we sterilize it, and right now we're taking it a step further and getting it health certified. Our market size in the MENA region is huge, with a serviceable obtainable market of $1.7 billion. So far, Cloud has taken part in numerous programs that have allowed us to achieve remarkable milestones. We have our first testing prototype. We've secured our first equity-free seed funding of $5,000. We've secured a partnership with Dawrati for market validation, and we've launched our online community. Cloud exists where Cloud is needed most. We fill the gap through individual subscription plans that are direct to consumer through online sales, and in vending machines across schools, public bathrooms, and restaurants. So as you can see, the production cost of each Cloud box is at $2.05, and we're offering it to the market at a very accessible yet competitive price of $3.99. The longer you subscribe to Cloud, the cheaper it gets and the smoother your period experience is. These online subscriptions are added to a diverse revenue stream that feed into our running costs and a very aggressive digital marketing strategy. When it comes to the MENA region, Cloud is the only company that is healthy, eco-friendly, and easily accessible. We are redesigning the period experience, not just through a product that is better for the environment and your body, but also through an online community for all women to share and empower one another. This is all made possible thanks to a team of 6 motivated individuals, highly skilled in product design, R&D, business hacking, and agricultural engineering. Our ask today is mentorship and market connections, media visibility and marketing, and a $500,000 investment with an initial $20K for a pilot test to validate the market. Thank you so much. We are very eager for your questions at our booth.
Thank you, Cloud. Now, EcoMatch, gratitude to their lead mentor, Antoine Assaf.
Tinder, but for materials. You might think this sounds ridiculous, but the global wage generation is increasing at an alarming rate, and materials are growing scarcer and more expensive by every second. If left unchecked, we'll end up in an unsustainable market where commodities become too expensive for anyone to afford them. What's the solution, you may ask? Enter EcoMatch, a service based on a customer-supplier database of materials to create matches between the inputs and outputs of manufacturers of diverse industries. So, seemingly useless waste like fruit pulp, tires, paper can be salvaged to yield tremendous added values to firms by virtue of more refined or useful products. Not only that, but firms are also willing to give us their waste for free, meaning that the profit is well within our reach. Our revenue model starts by first establishing the match, then we collect the waste from the supplier company, after which we sort it, we process it, and we store it in our branded containers. And finally, we deliver it in a packaged and timely fashion to the customer company. Through our market research, we determined that our serviceable obtainable market is of $156 million, indicating that we have a lot of ground to cover. But that is simplified by the lack of true competition. We have investigated the alternative pathways of waste, and well, none of them combine the profitability, reliability, and eco-effectiveness of EcoMatch. It's true, however, we do have a potential competitor in Arc-en-Ciel, the popular Lebanese NGO, but our service is one that fosters collaboration, not competition. Besides, who wouldn't want a service which can simultaneously alleviate you of your waste, provide you with cheap and efficient resources, while linking you to collaborate with companies you otherwise may have never even heard of? So, to test our idea, we went into the market. And well, we have found the people who endorse us and see themselves as our clients upon launch. Not only that, but we also managed to impress the very same initiatives who might be our competitors to help us in our early stages. And we found some tremendous success in startup ventures like Ibda and Dower, through which we have raised $6,500 in funding. From that point onward, we'd like to establish our presence further by distributing our containers to firms, work on a consulting service based on material assessment, and lastly, first scale nationally, then regionally, and on the long term, internationally. Such milestones are daunting, but are very much achievable with a team comprising dedicated chemical engineers, each with different specialization within our major and company. Finally, I want to make you a deal. If you can help us cover the $100,000 we need to secure our growth in our first year, I can guarantee you that the next time you swipe right on EcoMatch, you'll make millions. Thank you very much, and we are open for questions at our booth.
Thank you, EcoMatch. Coming up next, Utrofa. And thank you to their lead mentor, Yusuf Asfour.
Hi everyone, I'm Danny from Utrofa, and I'm here to tell you why you should invest in green gold. Currently, 2/3 of our world's agricultural areas are dedicated to planting animal feed. Not only that, but rainforests are currently being burned in Brazil in order to create even more land to plant more animal feed. At this rate, imagine, we'll need 2 planets by 2030 in order to meet the human and the animal food demand. And that's why the problem is planting and importing animal feed causes huge environmental damage. It leaves no areas left to plant, which causes hunger to rise, and that in itself will increase the cost of human and animal food. And that's why we're introducing microalgae as animal feed. Microalgae can be produced anywhere with 0 waste. It's highly nutritious, and it boosts animal productivity. Now, you might be asking, what's microalgae? Well, have you ever been at the beach and had that green, gooey stuff touch your feet? Well, that's microalgae. The problem with it is that producing it till this day is still very expensive, and that's where our innovation comes in. Take a look. Dairy factories produce wastewater. This wastewater is rich in nutrients. Microalgae needs these nutrients to grow. So what we do is that we simply grow the microalgae in the wastewater. So to reiterate through our business model, dairy factories will buy our microalgae production facilities in order to treat their wastewater. We'll then harvest the microalgae from these same facilities in order to go and sell it to farmers as animal feed. Following this business model, we expect that farms will save up to 10% in animal feed costs, and dairy plants will save up to 10% also in wastewater treatment costs. We're operating on a 2-sided market, both B2B. We're selling microalgae as animal feed to farmers, and we're offering wastewater treatment services to dairy plants. We're currently launching our product in Lebanon in order to later on expand to the US, specifically California, because prospects of growth are huge there. We're already in contact with 16 farmers, of which 2 are interested in forming strategic partnerships, and we're planning on partnering with 1 dairy plant annually from 2022 till 2024. We believe to have the highest quality amongst our competition at just the appropriate price, and we're a highly diversified team, and we believe that together we genuinely can reach the vision that we've set for ourselves and for Eutropha. We've gone through various milestones, and we've entered various competitions, and we're currently asking for $200,000 in order to finish our lab prototype by December and start work on our pilot prototype by the start of next year. We love our planet, and we would like you to join us in our mission to save it. Thank you.
Thank you, Eutropha. That was our idea stage bundle. And now we're going to have a short break with a fireside chat with a key founding team member and our entrepreneur in residence, Elias Bustani, hosting one of our rising stars from the 2020 cohort, Ahmed Fares from Celitech.
So hi, everyone. So I was the entrepreneur in residence for the startups, and I worked with them for a period of 4 months. And I can tell you that it was really very enlightening, the level of commitment that they have shown over all this period in order to push forward and hustle so that they can push their plans and their startup forward. They weren't distracted as much as you would expect from the deteriorating environment, and they were able to be where they are today. So now we'll be having a call with Ahmed Al-Fares, calling all the way from Honolulu. Like literally, he is currently in Hawaii. He says that it's for an accelerator, actually, which is one of the top accelerators in the travel industry, and he will be taking us through his journey over there. So Ahmed, I'm not sure if you're online. Yes.
Yes.
Hi. So thank you for your time, Ahmed, and also I know it's super early where you are today. It's like 5:30 a.m.
Yep.
Okay, so we wanted to first, maybe you can tell us a bit about your journey from a 4th-year AUB student in MSFEA up to being a second-time founder.
Yeah, sure. So a quick background, I'm electrical engineer out of the class of 2004. I did my final year project with Dr. Ayman Aisi. We did telco digitization project with National Instruments in the US, and back then we were digitizing testing equipment of GSM and 3G networks. And that project was a success. We published it in the IEEE, and I went to Japan, presented it at a major conference in there. But back then we didn't have the current ecosystem of entrepreneurship in AUB, so it didn't turn into a company. So I graduated AUB, joined Petrofac for a few years before doing my MBA at INSEAD, and then did a year in consulting before starting co-founding my first company, which is Access out of Hong Kong. So I co-founded Access with 2 founders and together we invented the first programmable mechatronic lock, which disrupted access control to telco systems and to power systems globally. We managed to scale it to 50 countries, and in 2017, I exited Access partially to start Celitech. As a global citizen, I was always frustrated with cellular data roaming because it's not only expensive, but also subpar when it comes to the service. So I started Celitech in early 2018 to basically change the way, a billion travelers connect around the globe, and help travelers connect in a more meaningful, more affordable, more convenient way to cellular networks, everywhere.
Excellent. And like the first startup that you had done, you were able to grow it from 0 to 50 million in how many years?
In 6 years, so we managed to grow it, and that was a hardware play, which was much harder than the software play, and it was in a 6-year period.
Excellent. In terms of AUB resources from the iPark or other AUB resources that you leveraged, what support did you get over the journey?
So, I mean, you know, since day one, we thought we need to be as you know, as lean and as bootstrapped as possible to be able to, you know, survive everything that would come across us, and one of the stuff that one of the, let's say, major themes I thought about is basically having a dev team out of Lebanon, because it's really competitive. It's let's say the talent is there. The cost is way much more competitive than other places, and now it's even more competitive probably than places like India and China. So my co-founder has been based there, and we built a small team in there, and iPark has provided us with a very positive environment where we can have that team, based in whether it's internet, electricity, all these utilities, on top of the positive community where we can interact and learn and grow. On top of that, we had the support of iPark to get our initial AWS credit. We're cloud-based. We all our platform is deployed on a serverless cloud with AWS. So iPark helped us to get the first few $1,000s in terms of free AWS credit. As well, I had the chance to network with the AUB community at large here in the US. The iPark actually introduced me, Dr. Salim Shaheen introduced me to Josh Khalifa in Palo Alto in the Silicon Valley, and I managed to meet with George, who can be relevant later on when we're in a growth stage. We're so thankful for all that. I would say, given what we've encountered in COVID, without such support, we might not have been, we might not have survived what happened to international travel. But given what we've received from the iPark, I would say that was one of the main pillars that helped us go far.
And what would be your recommendation for the entrepreneurs from the AUB community that are starting today their business?
So AUB is, as they say, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. AUB has a great community, and over the past 10, 15 years, the entrepreneurship ecosystem has grown tremendously, well around AUB and around the iPark. I would say just try to utilize every help and every resource you can get, because I always say entrepreneurship is like going to war. You have to have all your weapons and resources aligned and ready, because you never know what you're gonna face. You have to be ready to take any bumps, any punches you're gonna get along the way, and having a community around you like AUB, like the iPark, gonna help you sustain all these challenges that you're gonna face along your journey.
And finally, what's next for Salitech?
So next, we're targeting to raise a seed round by December. We're now part of a leading travel tech accelerator out of Hawaii, where tourism is a major theme, we're already we already have major clients like Expedia Group, and now trying to get more into hotels and hotel franchisees, And I think, going forward, I hope at some point as well, to offer it more to the AUB community so that they can see the benefit of saving on data roaming and connecting conveniently globally.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Ahmed. Good luck with that.
My pleasure. Thank you, Elias. Thank you.
Thank you, Elias. And now let's have a sneak peek at the Build and Accelerate stage startups. We will first start with Greenstone, and thank you to their lead mentor, Dr. Yusuf Asfour.
Hello, everyone. Did you know that most of the Lebanese soils and Middle East soils are poor in structure? And that farming and conditions in the region have impoverished our soils through depleting them from nutrition? all causing our soils to be susceptible to compaction, poor aeration, and waterlogging. Yet, poor soil aeration and waterlogging constrain plant growth, suffocates plant roots, leading to their death. It is essential to say that more than 70% of farmers and gardeners have been experiencing overall crop reduction and due to these conditions. What if we can create agricultural amendments that can support all the above? This is where Greenstone comes in. It's an agricultural media made from glass waste that delivers proper aeration, proper water retention, proper pH, and proper air and water balance. Greenstone is mainly used in your soil or hydroponic system and fills the container to within 1 inch from the top. Our initial market targets the Lebanon and the Middle East alone, yet our infrastructure shows a $1.3 million in sales at a 27% profit margin. Our business model comprises customer segments that grow edible plants, whether it's a farmer, plant nursery, hydroponic system, or even a home grower. Greenstone can be sold at a price of $12 per bag. While our value propositions are many, we believe that we can produce Greenstone at a 70% cheaper price, all while being 70% better performance and being eco-friendly at the same time. At the base of all of this is our team, comprised of advisors in finance, agriculture, as well as a team of young professionals in agriculture and in environment. We have been able to secure several partnerships and a possible contract with a customer for 4 tons of Greenstone, which is a plant nursery. Yet, we are still seeking $50,000 to help us penetrate the market as well as expand in it, all while establishing our legal structure and being able to cover the first 3 months of operational costs. So join us as we make agriculture great again. Thank you.
Now, our next startup is Petcrete, and thank you to their lead mentor, Maya Al-Qadi.
Have you ever seen similar cracks in concrete and wondered about the reason? When steel reinforcement in concrete gets exposed to oxygen and humidity, it rusts. And when it rusts, it expands 7 times, causing failure in concrete. So we invented an alternative to steel reinforcement that doesn't rust, and we called it Petcrete. Petcrete is a sustainable fiber made from abundant PET plastics to reinforce concrete at a lower cost with a higher durability. It's easy to use. You simply add the fibers to the mix while mixing. When using Petcrete fibers, you don't need a cover to protect the steel because there's no risk of corrosion. So you can reduce the thickness up to 5 centimeters. That's 50% saving on concrete quantities. Petcrete also needs no workmanship, so you are saving on construction time and cost. A simple price comparison can show the savings Petcrete can make. For 100 square meter concrete screed and compared to steel rebars and stainless steel fibers, the cost of Petcrete fibers is the least, with $1,000 for the complete screed. The concrete market size is estimated to be a $600 billion market. The non-structural concrete market that we are currently targeting is $15.7 billion. Direct competitors to Petcrete are steel rebars, steel fibers, and stainless steel fibers. Among all, Petcrete is durable, workable, resistant to corrosion, and cost efficient. 1 kilogram of fibers cost us $1.25 and will be sold for $4 per kilogram with a profit margin of 220%. Our main clients are contracting and building material companies. We're going to make 1 production unit for fibers and 1 collection point in each city to collect plastics. We're also going to partner up with bottled water companies and NGOs for collection. So far, we have cast 2 screeds, 1 in Hamra and 1 in Furnace Bake. We also have cast raised floor tiles at BDD, and we've won so far 4 innovation competitions. We're asking for $250,000, this is the highest so far, to be spent on patent registration and getting the required certificates to expand and to scale. So far, we validated the pet-grade fibers at AUB Labs. Next year, we're going to set up the first mass production line. And in 5 years, we're planning to enter the structural concrete market. A team of 2 engineers is working on pet-grade. Mariam is a civil engineer with 3 years experience in building materials. I'm Ahmad. I have 10 years experience in construction and passionate about building machines. 2 professors from the Faculty of Engineering are helping us, Dr. Helmi Al-Khatib and Dr. Ghassan Shahab. Finally, remember, it's not waste until it's wasted. Thank you.
Thank you, Ahmad. Coming up next, Diego's Superfood, and gratitude to their lead mentor, Girard Bridi.
All right, let me just test this clicker. All right, before we begin, I just want to get a show of hands here who has a dog at home. All right, anyone there in the back? Great. I hope this presentation will open your eyes a bit. So, this is my 13-year-old poodle, Diego. He's had a ton of health issues and surgeries from a very young age, and I couldn't even begin to think of going through the pain that I went when I almost lost him. I discovered the solution. It's very simple, and I'm here to share it with you today. So here's what the problem is. Average lifespan of dogs has declined to nearly half, 17 to 11, and that's just in the past 50 years. If you think about it, that's nearly 3 generations of dogs. If you look at the numbers, it gets even more depressing. Diabetes is up by 900%, obesity by 60%, and the saddest one out of all, 1 in 2 of our furry friends are going to die prematurely of cancer. So here's what we found out. Pet dogs are suffering from preventable diseases, and the key word here is preventable. We can put an end to this. It turns out that the dog's digestive system is designed to eat food at a raw state, yet the food that we're feeding them is highly processed. Dogs also need to get access to the plethora of nutrition found in raw veggies, just like us, but they can't do it on their own. Now, they used to get access to these from the stomach contents of their prey. Think of a herbivore, for example, and that's how they used to live a long life. Now, the solution is straightforward, but we got to recap first. Dogs need broken down greens just like us, but they need our help. They can't do it on their own. So here's what we got to do. We got to pick and match right veggies. You got to cook them, make sure not to overcook them. And the caveat, you have to do it every single day. It's a lot of work. We're lazy people. So that's where our product comes to play. We've developed a supplement food topper that you sprinkle over the dog's food once a day that contains extracted vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and phytonutrients purely and only from veggies and grains and nothing else. It has a shelf life of over 1 year with 0 preservatives. We're very proud of that. And is suitable for all types of dogs. Now, if you look at the competition in this pet supplement industry, some have been able to hit that long shelf life, but they use a bunch of preservatives and animal products that we're running away from in the first place. Others don't. They're great, but they can't even last a week. Our product ticked all of the boxes. It's the cheapest, and we've got no competitors in the region. Here's a quick look at the product and its box. Our business model is straightforward. We've got one-time purchases, offline and online, and we've got a membership program, which we can discuss later on. We started out last year handing out free testers. We focused on a group of 30 dogs over the age of 10 and got excellent results. We had an awesome soft launch. Unfortunately, our full launch has come to a halt due to the electricity situation. But the good news is that we're moving to Portugal and we're registering the company there now. Our numbers. We're aiming for a retail of $15, so hit the sweet spot of 50 cents a day. That's 50 cents to give your dog the gift of health. Our market in Portugal is 11.8 million, but the borders are open in Europe, so we're looking at a market of over $250 million. This is the team. Rena's handling our design and marketing. I'm the founder. And we're looking to raise 50,000 at the start. I'd like to leave you with this quote. The secret to a long and healthy dog's life lies in a sprinkle. And one more thing. They're delicious too. We love our dogs so much that we can eat them too. Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next, Neuron App. Gratitude to their lead mentor, Ayman Qabli.
Hello everyone. Let me tell you the story of Carrie Fisher, also known as Princess Leia from the Star Wars saga. On the 23rd of December of 2016, Miss Fisher boarded her flight to Los Angeles, on which she fell asleep, never to wake up again. A few days later, it was discovered that the main cause of death was due to an undiagnosed sleep disorder, sleep apnea. However, the story of Miss Fisher does not apply to her alone. In fact, 50% of people who suffer from sleep difficulties unknowingly suffer from a disorder. On the long term, these disorders can mess with the concentration of hormones in their brains, exponentially increasing the risk of Alzheimer's, stroke, and other fatal diseases. That's why I'm here to present to you today NeuroNap, the world's first portable biomedical device of its kind to evaluate sleep and stress based on readings directly from your saliva. How it works is pretty simple. You wake up, spit on the strip, and insert it into the device. The NeuroNap device will then measure the concentration of the hormone cortisol in your saliva, integrating the results with the most up-to-date data, giving you a detailed analysis of your sleep and stress throughout your day. Connected to your smartphone via the NeuroNap app, you will gain access to hundreds of personalized recommendations from proposed sleep schedules, diet plans, exercises, and even what music to listen to improve your sleep and stress. After conducting thorough research, we concluded that the market we'll operate in is huge, an $87 billion market. And this market is poised to grow, with medicine putting more and more emphasis on the importance of sleep, stress, and mental health. Realistically, we'll be able to capture only a fraction of it, $78 million. When comparing NeuroNap to its competitors, we can see that NeuroNap situates itself at the sweet spot between affordable price, reliable science, and portable usage, giving you access to top-tier advice anytime, anywhere. Currently, we're in the process of conducting tests and experiments to further confirm the scientific basis of our idea, and have run our literature review by specialists at AUB-MC and the Harvard Sleep Disorders Center to fine-tune it. Having already begun the testing phase, we hope to complete the preliminary versions of the application and website by the end of 2021. In the coming year, 2022, we hope to launch the prototype of our hardware device and go to market as soon as possible. Our team consists of 4 groups: a finance team, a development team, a media and design team, and an essential R&D team. What we're asking for is $100,000 to cover our expenses and launch our manufacturing campaign. At the end of the day, we believe that NeuroNap is a device that can revolutionize sleep and stress medicine as we know it. A device that can tell you about yourself more than anything else. We want NeuroNap to be here to make sure you get the sleep you need and deserve. Thank you, and we're looking forward to take your questions at our booth over there.
Thank you. Coming up next, OCT analysis, and gratitude to their lead mentor Nadim Zaza.
Hello, everyone. A common side effect of eye surgeries is hazy and cloudy vision, as seen on the right. The problem with haze is that it is very difficult to detect, and because of this, haze treatment is suboptimal, subpar, and haphazardous in most cases. To fix this problem, we must first improve haze detection. Currently, haze detection is done on a device called the slit lamp, which is inaccurate and biased, slow, and requires expertise. Only experts can detect haze. We've solved this problem at our startup, OCT Analysis, which is a software that integrates into the OCT machine of the physician, which is the eye scanning machine. And through this machine, our software can automatically detect and quantify haze. It does so accurately, quickly, and automatically, requiring no expertise, no physician. In addition to this, the software generates a comprehensive report detailing the patient's healing process. The goal is not just to detect haze, but to automate patient assessment on the OCT machine. And we want to improve patient assessment. We cater for clinicians for accurate treatment, researchers for fast, heavy data analysis, and OCT companies with automated machine additions. We will initially sell clinicians and researchers a web subscription at $350 a year and license the technology to OCT companies at 80 cents per scan. Our technology is tested and peer-reviewed and is patented by AUB. And most excitingly, we're proud to announce a signature of a non-disclosure agreement with Zeiss, which is the largest OCT manufacturer, initiating a potential partnership and agreement. Currently, our app is being used in 7 projects around the world to test new haze treatments and evaluate novel surgical techniques. The OCT industry is a $2 billion yearly industry, growing at 10% annually. We target a subsegment of this market, which is OCT for the cornea, which is expected to grow tenfold by 2026, reaching 50 million scans a year. Now is the time to invest in this ever-growing market. Coupled with a Zeiss partnership, we're confident we can make more than $4 million a year. Here's our financial plan. We're asking for $250,000 to operate for 12 months in exchange for equity. And with this money, we're aiming for two main milestones. First, finalize a complete web app and go to market. And then second, translate this web app into the actual OCT machine and make it clinic ready by September of 2022. The team leading this project consists of a professor in ophthalmology, myself, a medical student, and two computer engineers. Together, we're also co-founders of two other medical apps in ophthalmology. Invest in the future of ophthalmology and join us today on our mission to digitize eye care delivery. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jad. We have two more startups from the medical industry. Coming up next, RAM Polymer, gratitude to their lead mentor, Ziad Sankari.
Hello, good afternoon. I have shared my, okay. Good afternoon. So if you or anyone you know requires a hernia repair, you most certainly need to know about RAM Polymer. A hernia is caused by a weakness in the abdominal muscle, which allows organs to protrude, causing pain and is potentially actually is a life-threatening condition. Currently, the standard of repair is the use of a mesh made from synthetic material that provides support and stability to the hernia site, to the repair site, to avoid recurrence. However, the currently available rigid meshes, the one that stay, may induce inflammation, adhesion, and will definitely cause chronic pain. So the ideal mesh should provide a proper scaffolding and then disintegrate or disappear or resorb. And these meshes are scarce, are limited in their dimensions, and they're only made in one dimension, and they are very expensive at the time. So what we've done is that we synthesize using a novel nanotechnology. It's called electrospinning, an FDA-approved polymer with the appropriate tensile strength that can be made in different sizes and thicknesses that will resorb with time. While our mesh provides proper scaffold that allows tissue ingrowth and hence providing stability and long-time repair, it disappears in a timely fashion. This and its affordability and easy scalability contribute to the uniqueness of our RAM mesh. There is a huge market for this product. Globally, in excess of 20 million hernia operations are performed annually, providing a $48 billion market. The mesh industry share of this will grow from $4 to $6 billion by 2027. There are not many products that will compete with RAM polymer, and this is due to both affordability and ease of scalability. And those are the greatest assets of paramount importance to our product. So what we've done and what we will be doing is to first secure a patent, which is luckily is in its final stages. We want to expand the tests to large animals for prolonged periods of time and putting the animals under some kind of a mechanical stress. We need to expand, and we will expand the use of the RAM polymer in other applications, clinical applications like wound healing, burn injuries, bone repair, so that will increase our market share. And we would like to partner with a pharmaceutical company for the initiation of the clinical trials, which will eventually be will become very attractive to investors. So what we're asking is $400,000. That's to cover to finalize the proof of concept on large animal models, and then to take these observations and translate our results into clinical medicine and patient care. Without those people, this project would not have happened. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Coming up next, AcustoSense, also all the way from the US, and gratitude to their lead mentor, Nadine Hashash.
Sorry, Maha, I can't share my screen.
You should be able to, Doctor. Is it working?
Yeah, I think so. Thank you. Thank you, Maha. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Masoud Fesh. I'm a professor in biomedical engineering in the American University of Beirut, and I'm here to talk to you today about AcoustoSense. We would be hard-pressed today to find anyone in this room or listening to this presentation that has not been affected by COVID-19. Unfortunately, you might have lost a friend, a colleague, a neighbor, an acquaintance, a family member. COVID-19 has changed our world. And even though these days it feels like we're healing, the fact of the matter is we're still at war with the disease. Last year I gave this presentation. I said, there's COVID outbreak, the world is on lockdown, no treatment, no cure, full hospitals, and no vaccine. Today, there's 1 billion people that have been vaccinated. There's 6 different worldwide vaccines, and all these vaccines have been shown effective against fighting COVID-19. Unfortunately, all we know about these is what's in that card. This is really because human response to vaccination can change substantially within the first month of receiving the dose. There's no quantitative way of tracking immune response to vaccine over time. And current tools that we could use are slow, complex, and lack sensitivity and specificity. What we're offering, what we have built in our company, is a point-of-care diagnostic test. It uses a finger prick to quantify immunity to COVID-19 in blood. The device, compared to emerging technologies, the device has advantages in the ability to provide quantitative data. It can be done in 5 minutes. It's wireless, sends the data straight to your phone. It has 10 times more sensitivity than you need for measuring immunity. It's a point-of-care device. Can be done at home. No need for any trained personnel. We've been able to do this because we developed a novel high-sensitivity biomolecular femtosensor. The IP is exclusively licensed to our startup from ASU and AUB, where the work has been done. And we're currently working on leveraging a virtual business model with 2 universities where we can do the work on campus, reduce capital requirements, and aid in business acceleration. We need about $1 million to be able to get past the EUA stage of the FDA and start selling the device. This is a $900 billion market for in vitro devices. We have an experienced team of business leaders, scientists, and engineers connected to the networks of 3 universities, Duke, ASU, and of course, AUB. We know that the vaccine is effective in fighting COVID-19. We have developed the only device in the world capable of telling you just how much is the vaccine effective in fighting COVID-19. And that will help save lives. We're definitely, the faster we get this to the market, the better this will be for patients and for the world in recovery from COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Khresh. Well, when all indicators pointed to impossibility, they created possibilities. Let us enjoy a short video about the Talal and Madiha Zein AUB Innovation Park 2020 cohort, then and now. At the same time, please have your break, 5 minutes break, and enjoy our refreshments.
Hi everyone, my name is Ahmad Al Faris and I'm the founder and CEO of Celitech. Celitech is a cellular data platform enabling any business to offer eSIM and better engage with mobile customers globally. Since releasing our API in September 2020, we've managed to double our revenues every quarter, and we've been also named as the overall wireless broadband solution of the year by Mobile Breakthrough Awards. We have also been admitted into Blue Startups Accelerator here in Hawaii, and the AUB and the iPark have been of tremendous help, especially in providing a very positive environment to have a dev team out of the American University of Beirut.
Hello, this is Abed Jawhar from Akeltech, the company known for producing the world's first Manouchi vending machine. Ever since we've joined the AUB Innovation Park, they have provided us with space, introduced us to lots of mentors, and provided us with business-related consultations. And since then, we were able to raise a small investment, which allowed us to produce 3 market-ready machines that we will be exporting to the UAE soon.
My name is Mark Ibrahim. I'm the co-founder of Ashghali, a marketplace that connects customers with local professionals. The influence that iPark had on Ashghali was truly exceptional. It's not just a state-of-the-art office, it's a combination of top-notch mentoring, workshops, and building connections in the heart of the startup ecosystem. We raised our first seed round of investment while we were at iPark. We left Lebanon 3 months ago, and currently we are continuing our journey in Germany. But iPark will always be a special place where our company took its first step in the startup world.
Coming up next, from our go-to-market bundle, Shabab Lab. Gratitude to their lead mentor, Sevag Papazian.
We live on a failed planet. In the past 2 years, we have witnessed one of the worst health crises in the history of mankind. Unemployment in the world has reached unprecedented levels, and the economies of the world are still suffering until today. What could be one solution for many of the problems we have in the world? Well, it's actually exactly what we're doing here today. It's entrepreneurship. High-tech and youth entrepreneurship, to be more specific. But how do we expect to create the next wave of entrepreneurs when our education system is still very archaic? I'm Mona Itani, Assistant Professor of Entrepreneurship at AUB, and I have founded Shabab Lab to bridge the skills gap between education and the 21st century. We have launched Shabab Lab, the first social innovation e-learning platform in the region in 2021. And we are making sure that the youth are equipped with 21st century skills starting from the high school level. Shabab Lab will become the Coursera for high schoolers in the Arab world, and it will be changing their lives and making them become more responsible. How? It's because in our programs, they will be creating technological solutions to real social and environmental problems in their own communities through our self-paced and hands-on online programs, and they will be able to pitch them by the end of the program as sustainable businesses, thus becoming social innovators and social entrepreneurs by the end of it. What makes us unique is the unique design of the program that we have perfected over 3 years of offline testing and 1 year of online testing that give us the green light in order to scale our operations and programs in the region, also thanks to the upcoming collaboration we're having with AUB. We are capturing a steeply growing e-learning market that has reached $250 billion in 2020 and expected to become $1 trillion in 2027. Now everyone is more ready for e-learning, and it's our time. We have done numerous achievements in a record period of time. In just 6 months, we were able to pilot our online programs with 5 top international schools, 180 students with 90% completion rate. We are also leveraging on all our partners that you can see here to make sure that we penetrate new markets in the Gulf and in the Arab world more generally. Because we are impact-driven, many of our courses will be present for free online. However, we are sustainable because we are leveraging on a B2B business model with schools and international NGOs that want to provide this service to their students and youth. And we will be adding more revenue streams with time so that we are more profitable and that we can grow exponentially. We are not the only ones targeting the youth upskilling problem. However, we are unique because we have found a way to combine technology, entrepreneurship, and the social good in a coherent and seamless way that both teachers and students have fell in love so far. As you can see, with only 250K impact equity investment, we will be able to put Shabab Lab on the right track to become the next big success story in the Arab world. And this is possible thanks to our growing team of enthusiastic, young, and passionate people from both technological and business backgrounds. With Shabab Lab, we will be transforming our Arab youth into the next wave of social innovators and entrepreneurs. Make sure to join us on our mission. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Aitani. Coming up next, Heat Techs, and gratitude to their lead mentor, Wa'il Khattar.
Hello, everyone. Did you know? Sorry, is something wrong? Okay, it's working. Okay, hello everyone. Did you know that 38% of greenhouse gas emissions from residential housing are caused by heating and cooling? This is a worldwide problem, as people spend lots of money on expensive heating systems at night, and at the same time, they are producing carbon emissions. So this is exactly where HeatX comes to life, as we provide a patented heating and cooling product. It comes with 2 versions. The first version is called Electro. It comes with a pad and the electric bag. You place the pad inside the electric bag, you charge it for 2 hours, then you remove the pad, place it on your bed, and it will keep you warm for 6 hours. The second product is called EcoWave. It comes with the pad and a metal stand. You place the pad inside the metal stand, then you place it in front of any heating system. You can take it with you to the camping and place it in front of a campfire. It will store the excess heat from the campfire. Then you remove the pad, place it in your sleeping bag or on your bed, and it will keep you warm as well for 5 hours. So this is a 2-in-1 product, as it can be used for both heating and cooling. We received our first round of fund from Health Prize Lebanon, and it was valued at 375 million Lebanese pounds in 2018. Until now, we used 30% of this fund, and with this 30%, we were able to do a huge pilot, sell over 400 units in Lebanon, and do a successful trial in Madiha Zein Hospital. Our product has a huge market, as everyone in the world can benefit from its features. Both products are priced at $66 and with a profit margin of $30. We are currently asking for $250K to do global marketing, order the second batch, do product development, and do some logistics and registration. We are aiming to impact 100,000 customers by 2025, and if everything went to plan, we are able to turn the $250K into $2 million in 5 years. So, currently, while building our e-commerce website and looking for investors and donors, HeatX has a huge social impact, as we provide HeatX for refugees to keep them warm in the coldest nights. This wouldn't have been possible without the hard work of a dedicated team of experts and engineers. Throughout our journey, we won a Health Prize competition, did several community partnerships. So this was HeatX. Are you ready to feel the change? Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next, Brighter Energy by Crowd Powered. Gratitude to their lead mentor, Sherb El Khalil.
Hello.
My name is George Khoury, and I'm with Crowd Power. We created Brighter Energy to solve the problem of poor solar system economics. What happens now when you install a solar installation at your facility? You end up losing a large part of your energy created by the sun because you're not using it. We at Brighter Energy allow you to consume all the power generated by the sun and thereby reduce your payback period. And as an added bonus, we also help you reduce your overall electricity consumption. Brighter Energy is an IoT solution that lets you know exactly when and where you're using your electricity. It forecasts the weather, so you know ahead of time when to turn on your air conditioning and water heating and at which temperatures. And it also controls your energy consumption, so no energy-hungry appliances are run unnecessarily. This all leads to up to 25% reduction in your electricity bill. Now, does this sound like every other home automation system you heard of? We believe it's not, because we're focusing solely on solar power, and we developed the product with the customer convenience in mind. This is why our solution works with any type of hardware the customer already has. We also partner with utilities, and we help them manage their distribution load. We also collect heaps of data that we feed back to the utility for them to plan their operations better. Brighter Energy operates primarily in Spain and Portugal, where we're forecasting revenues in 2023 of over $3 million. We're now finalizing the solution, and we're going to launch in Lebanon at the end of the year and in the GCC by the beginning of next year as testing grounds, while the official commercial launch will happen in Europe in Q2 2022. Our team has long experience in power projects, electrical engineering, marketing, and software development. This is why we're confident to ask you for $300,000 in investment that we're going to use to further develop our solution and to acquire as many customers as possible. Thank you for your time, and please join us in making energy brighter.
Thank you, George. Last but not least, Anacron Technologies. Gratitude to their lead mentor, George Rattel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wael Khattar, and I'm the co-founder of Anacron Technologies. Building a fintech product today is complicated. It's both expensive and time-consuming, costing between $25,000 and up to $200,000 to build the product, and taking between 6 months and up to 2 years
Wael?
to launch it to market. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Are you sharing your screen?
No, of course. Yeah, it's not showing.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Okay, can you see it now?
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So building a fintech product today is complicated, it's expensive and time consuming. And this puts fintech products and fintech startups in a very, very bad position where they spend most of their pre-seed money building the product and leaves them with a little less to build traction. And at Anacron, what we do is we take a fintech product and compose it into small modular APIs that when you bring them together like a puzzle, they build full fintech products. And this is an example from a robot advisory solution, where it's a combination of all these small processes that we provide as modular plug-and-play APIs. We use the same concept to build other products within the investment management and personal finance space. Our APIs allow our customers to build saving apps, financial planning tools, and financial health checks, as well as embed features within their existing apps. We get a lot of clients from banking and wealth management backgrounds who don't really have an understanding of technology. And for these specific target market, we build no-code templates on the platform bubble.io that allows our clients to launch MVPs in days instead of months and without writing a single line of code. As we look to empower entrepreneurs and startups, we offer a free sandbox environment as well as a free 100 users in production mode. And our technology can also serve financial institutions and banks And we work with these institutions on a pay-as-you-go model, making sure at every point in time that our interests and that of our clients are 100% aligned. We are launching our platform in mid-September. However, we are currently working with 4 startups in Jordan, London, and Dubai, helping them launch their product within the next month. As we expand, partnerships is key. We look to partner with incubators, accelerators, and venture studios, giving us access to early-stage fintech startups globally. And we look to partner with API marketplaces and consultancy firms, giving us access to financial institutions and banks. In the past several years, we've won several awards, namely being named as one of the FinTech 100 in 2020. And the team behind Anacron has the right mix of expertise. We are remote first and decentralized. We work from 3 different countries today. We are currently raising $750,000 by the end of the year, which will allow us to accelerate software development and expand our reach, as well as reach these milestones. If you're interested, please reach out and help us help people manage their money better. Thank you.
Thank you, startups, for all your hard work and brilliant ideas. I would also like to thank you, our esteemed guests, for taking the time to join us for this demo day. Also, I would like to give a round of applause to each one of our amazing mentors who volunteered their time, expertise, and network to guide our startups. And now I would like to invite you all to meet our startups in their booths, on-site or online, on Zoom. Our team is available to help you on Zoom if you are unable to join any of the breakout rooms. Thank you all for joining us and taking the time. Enjoy, and hope to see you soon.